artist in Los Angeles. This is my studio. I wanted to start off with this painting here. This is kind of what I would call my origin story. This is way back 20 years ago when I first started this whole series. I was doing diamonds, but this became a rectangle, and I was just going to keep going up, and I thought, I'm bored. I want to not paint on the surface of a canvas anymore because it just wasn't new to me. It had been done before. So I decided to take this rectangle and get a canvas and make a rectangle and put it on the wall. And I would surround it with black, I'd surround it with red, and that was it. No colors or anything. But I was just interested in the shape of a canvas on a wall and how to kind of felt proportion is what I would call it, felt proportion. This is how it all started, paintings being rectangles and starting to put them on the wall itself. So this is part of the early days when I was just working with proportion on the front of a canvas, of the diamond or the tilted square on the surface, just playing around with the proportion of the tilted square to the proportion of the canvas itself. And then I started to move on to canvas on the wall, proportions on the wall. Many years of doing rectangles and on the wall, surrounding it with paint. The paint is there to contain the painting on the sides. All the color is on the sides of the canvas. It is not on the front of the canvas. Everything I do is just an absolute clear surface of white, and all the color, everything on the side is on the side, built up paint. This is kind of where I started going, which is that I moved from acrylic to oils, and I just wanted to kind of play around as an oil painter. To me, it was really fun to paint an oil painting on the sides of the canvas. Usually I'm known for my very hard edge, acrylic, solid color, and I decided to kind of go into more of a gestural, more of a gravitas, a feeling of more of a just more feeling, more feeling. So I started working with oils, and this is an oil front, and this is an oil side, and I started doing many of those. Is that for many years these paintings have been what I call floor paintings. So when I started to do the tall rectangles, I wanted them to sit on the floor. I wanted them to be paintings that were held to the floor. Why are they tilted? They're tilted because my biggest interest is always finding a 90-degree angle somewhere within the painting, or a vertical. So in this painting, the painting from the left side to the right side corners is vertical. So I tilt it so where there's an inner vertical. It's more like how to find a place for a painting where it's not its usual hanging, but it still has a way of holding its own and being stable. These are part of the same series. For years I've been doing these kind of paintings, but again, these are now oil paintings, so you can see what's going on the sides. I love how these are also vertical axis. Each painting is literally a vertical on its internal tip to toe. All they need is the wall and the space around them and the light. So this piece started to go horizontal, which was new for me, and I was trying to figure out how can I make these paintings horizontal, and I figured because I'm interested always in angles, but I always want there to be some form of vertical or horizontal to the floor so that it's working somehow with the architecture in some way. So this is parallelogram, it's vertical on the sides, it's acrylic. began to play around with the idea of, instead of having the paintings tilted on the wall, I decided to have them tilt off the wall. So that has become my interest these days to some degree. I call this thin blue line. I thought, wow, a painting could be a line. And that became my interest, is like how to make a painting one line. And that's what I did. This is one piece of canvas stretched over shaped canvas stretcher bars. These both sides are canvas. This is the wood. Normally, I'm taking basically the painting that's tilted on the wall and I'm turning it around so that this would have been the front, this would have been the side. So I'm just kind of playing around with that idea.